Hi, how are you? Welcome to Mike at Night, another evening of our session together. All right, so let me welcome everybody on board. We are here usually, let me fix myself here now. We are here usually on a Thursday. Thank you very much for joining us. Those of you who have been waiting, I want you to rock and come in, people. Rock and come in. Right. We have an interesting session this evening. Let me invite you to invite others. Share the live, my people. Share the live. Just go and share the live. Make sure that you invite somebody. Just go to your page, press share, and get somebody else to come on board on the program with you. Looking forward to it. All right. So how's everybody doing? Put some hearts up there, man. Put some heart. Let me make sure that everybody is on board with us this evening. This is Mike at Night on Thursdays, and this evening we're talking about 8 common mind games that people play. 8 common mind games that people play. Because people like a lot of mind games. So we're going to talk about that today. All right. Share the live, my people. We're waiting on you all. All right. So what's new? Let me see who's online. Charmaine, as usual. Nice, Charmaine. Thanks for being here. Joy, good evening. Chris Lindsay, nice having you. Hey, Roxanne. Welcome, Roxanne. Nice, nice. Let's make sure that we have everybody on board. All right. So this is Mike at Night, as we said. Josan, rock and come in. Josan, rock and come in. Tonight will be nice. Tonight will be nice. Tell your friends and them, don't be late for this program. You're going to find out some things tonight that you probably may not have known before. You'll find out some things that people pull on you and that you pull on others. Manuelin, good evening, good evening. Nice. Edward Jones, you heard it this evening. Yes, people. I know who is this now. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm not too sure we have too much time to play this evening. So let's go in because we already had a late start. So I'm going through a very interesting article, and this article talks about the 8 mind games written by Holly Burns. 8 common mind games that people play on you. Let me tell you, because a lot of people who get into relationships, not serious about relationship, they like the suspense and the hunt, and a lot of people find themselves all taken up in a relationship, and inside of that relationship they realize the person was never serious. They got the impression the person was serious, but they were never serious. There's a video running viral now with a gentleman from St. Vincent who has been with this girl, and this girl have been stringing him on. He's been paying all of her bills and supporting her so much. She keeps saying she doesn't want a man sleep over by her and all kind of things, really. And he's been with her, he said, for a year and something. And something tell him, go down by her and check her and see what's going on. Why is it she so she calls for so much, he delivers so much, but he has little time that he could get with her, and only to go there and meet the lady. in bed, stark naked, with another gentleman just as stark as naked as she is. Mind games that people play. But not only women play mind games on men, men play mind games on women too. So it's as though we're running competition as to who could play the more mind games. So we're going to deal with some of those tonight. And here's what I want to do. I want to ask your indulgence, crave your indulgence. Rachel, good evening to you. Nice. Come inside, my girl. Come right inside. Have a seat. Yes. So I will tell you what the mind games are. There are 8 of them. And I will ask you to post on the Facebook examples of mind games in that category. I hope that you all understand me. So I will tell you what each mind game is, and then you will give me an example of how that is manifested. You don't have to give your own example. You could just give somebody else's example. If you want to give yours, then fine, no problem. All right. So let me also invite you to, if you want private counseling, we like to tell you that we make that available to you. You can give us a call at the number that you see above here, 480-0080. If you're calling outside of the country, use the code before it, 868-480-0080. If you want to call in live on the program, we would accept that. We'd love that. Just call 868-688-5363. You'll see the number running across your screen just below. That's what we're doing. Let me also tell you that we do have a course coming up called Positive Intelligence. We're running the next cycle. The next cycle is here, and we're asking persons to register for this cycle that is coming up. It's a free introductory course, and this introductory course will help you to appreciate what is coming. So let me share that with you now so that you can make yourselves available for it. It is to change mindset from negative to positive. It is to change your life, because a lot of issues in relationships is a mental issue and a mindset issue that is negative. So we want you to log on for it. It costs you nothing for the introductory course. You'll hear in the introductory course, we'll give you enough for you to have an appreciation of the program, and then you decide whether you want to go further now to do the 6 weeks program. That is not a difficult program. It is a program that is run by an app. An app will be downloaded on your phone, and you will be taught there. And then the coach, myself, will meet in groups once a week to be able to discuss the concepts that are there, to make sure that you have them, that you can apply to your everyday life. Okay, so you can just go to my website, www.michaelatstewart.com. You've seen it at the bottom there of the screen, www.michaelatstewart. Make sure you put in that atstewart.com, and you can register for this program. It is an awesome program. So many people have said that their life and their interactions, their relationships, and the way they react or respond to people have changed. I guarantee, I promise you that. I have been part of it, and this is the program that I mostly teach now, more than any other program that I have. Okay, so sign up, get part of that. Let's get rocking. All right, so let's talk now. Let's talk, my people. Let's talk, my people. So this writer, Mr. Holly Burns, said that there are 8 common mind games that people play. And I suspect that almost all of us have had some impact of that mind game on ourselves. I know some women play my mind already. All you know who you all are. You know, young teenager, you're growing up and so on. So we're going to talk about some of those mind games, and I will ask you to give me some examples of mind games that you would have also experienced in your own life. Okay? So these are what we call manipulative tactics that people use to gain control over us on our thoughts or emotions, on our actions. If we understand how they operate, then you can preserve your own mental health. Because a lot of people losing their minds because there are people who working them over. So let's talk about number one. And as usual, I try to be a nice guy and make sure that I help those people who will be coming in late in the program to be able to get it when they come in. Number one is gaslighting. Number one is gaslighting. So what is gaslighting? Well, we know, I think we have spoken so much about gaslighting on this program, but just for the sake of those who have not been following us, gaslighting is when somebody talks to you in such a way that you could tell that they are attempting to make you question your own sanity. You get me? You are sure of something, and then you begin to question, but I wonder if I really saw correct. I wonder if I'm going mad. Have you ever wondered if you're going crazy? Sometimes because you're gaslighting. And some people have been gaslighted for so long that they are asking themselves, how did I not make that out by the time I recognize it? So gaslighting is this subtle, insidious, surreptitious way that your spouse or your partner works that make you question your own self, your own sanity. So you may see something, your husband or your wife, in a compromising situation. You may see that also on their phone. You actually read things on their phone, and they try to convince you that what you read isn't what is actually there. Yeah? What you saw isn't really there. One of the people who have been able to bring that out so much is Sparrow. Sparrow sang his song. Or that song. Some of you Calypso people could tell me now. Sparrow sang a song, that is all, that is all, that is all. He said, the woman that you saw me on the beach, and you saw me lying down on her on the sand, I just preceded it. He said, well, there was a swarm of killer bees, and he wanted to protect her. So he threw himself on it and risked his life to protect her. That is all, that is all, that is all. He said, no, the woman that you saw me with my hand on her bosom, I thought she had a gun. So I was going to try to seize the gun. So I put my hand down in her bosom. That is all. That is all. That's gaslighting. We sing it. You understand me? Because it's making you think that something that you actually saw and witnessed, that it is not rational and it is not real. So I want, as we go along, for people to now give, having said the explanation, I'm inviting people to give their own examples so that we make sure that you understand what gaslighting is all about. Do you have an example of gaslighting that you wish to share with us? Come on, my people. Share it on the live and let me read it and let me see what you have. Having heard what gaslighting is. All right. Let me see if I could find you. Okay. Sheila, welcome. Welcome. You see, you just finished work. All right. You can come in, Sheila. Nice having you. All right. So while you all are putting that one, let me go for the second one. And by the way, was I clear when I explained this gaslighting thing? Just want to make sure. Was I clear enough? If you need me to clarify that more, I will. It's where you question your own reality, your own sense, your own sanity. You see? I'm not seeing you all responding unless the internet slow in giving me your response. All right, so while we're waiting on you all to give an example. Okay, right. I'm seeing people responding now. They said yes, you are. So let me see if I could get, and really came from it came from, I understand the background of this is where they had a movie, and the husband would, the wife would put down the keys for the door or for the car. He will willfully move it. And when she asks, but did you move the key? It was sitting right there. And he said, no, I've been there all the time and that key wasn't there. He would go up in the attic and switch the lights on and off. And say, she will say, but the lights are flickering. And he will say, no, I haven't seen the light flickering. And he would have done this for so long that she began to think she's now going mad. Yeah? So I think that is where they said it came from, that whole aspect of gaslighting, because she would also turn on the stove and not light it. She would smell gas. And she would have used the stove, I guess, recently, and he will turn it on after she's finished. And she'll smell the gas and make her think that she never switched it off. You understand? So we have brought that into relationships now, where some people are made to feel I'm not a good husband, I'm not a good wife, because the person makes them feel that they are not coming up to scratch. See, seeing my husband throwing the chicken in the trash, gas. Seeing my husband throwing the chicken in the trash, is that gaslighting? I saw him do it, but he said he didn't throw it. Sheila, don't get me into you and your husband business. Eh? I don't have the, but if that is something that somebody is doing, that you actually saw it, and they say no, then it is gaslight. Right? But I'm not saying your husband did that. Don't get me into that. Welcome says, second guessing yourself, for example, wondering if you hear what you heard or see what you saw. That's right. So you might see something on the cell phone. They would erase it and then tell you, you must be mad. That was never on my phone. But they are so adamant that you tell yourself, probably I didn't see, probably I read it wrong, or probably I didn't interpret it right, etc. All right. So let's go on to the second aspect of this matter. The second one is what we call guilt tripping. You see it on the line there? Guilt tripping. This is where we use emotional manipulation by making the person feel guilty. If you was a real man, you would have. That's what it is when it comes to men, where a woman tells a man, if he was a real man. Or whenever it is a woman, and a woman is, a man is telling a woman something like, you will never, no man would ever want you. That is guilt tripping. That's saying something that making them feel guilty, that you just never make me happy, you just never see anything about me, you just never want to support me, and so on. Well, is that the truth? Because if you are married to the person in the relationship, are you really saying that they have never supported you? Are you saying that they have never given you any sort of value in it? But it makes them feel I'm inadequate as a wife. I'm inadequate as a husband, I'm inadequate as a boyfriend or as a girlfriend. By those phrases, I would not have done that if which means you have done it. I would never have done that if you did not do so and so. So let's say a man hits a woman. I would have never hit you, if you didn't bawl at me like that, or if you didn't disrespect me. So she begins to feel guilty that she pressed you to the point that you were abusive to her when there's no reason for the hitting to take place. Now, I don't know what Sheila and Jones put, but I see Facebook take it off, or let's say that whatever it is you put, it was too sensitive. May I know what all you put up? All right, so let me see. Sheila say, I don't think he like the chicken, so he trash it. Okay, it's cooked chicken, Sheila. If it's cooked chicken, then probably you might have to question whether it had too much salt in it. All right. Why is Facebook remove joy on also? What is it you all put in that causing Facebook to take it off? They say it is too sensitive, and I just hear people using all kind of four-letter bad word, and I'm sure these people not using four-letter bad word on it, and yes, those get removed. Anyway, so guilt tripping, that is when you make the person feel inadequate, and you're consciously using those words to make them feel it. So you all could give me some examples if you like. For example, when somebody do so and so. All right. Let me see where we are there now. All right, so you said not my chicken. All right. So that's two that we have. Let's see if we could see what the third one is. Another manipulative behavior that people use is this famous one. I think this one must be the famous one, the silent treatment. I ain't saying nothing. I hush my mouth. Sometimes this silent treatment, there are times that people need to keep silent. I'll admit that. But the silent treatment sometimes is a form of emotional abuse. And let me just chat with the many a while that women need to communicate with words. It's almost a necessity. They said if a woman does not communicate using words, she's likely to suffer from a heart because she needs to get things off of her chest. And when she cannot share and her man goes silent on her, not answering or giving her short answers, technically he's abusing his wife. So withholding communication, but not only men withhold communication, there are some women that operate in a way that they themselves stop talk. You all right? Yes. You sure you're all right? What I tell you? I tell you all right. But you could tell they're not all right. You can't get a conversation out of them. Many times the person who goes silent might have gone silent because they're tired of. But it still turns around to be abuse. If you're not holding communication, communication is one of the most important things in a relationship. You see? So it is important for us as people in relationships and as couples to learn to communicate using words. So you all get me? Charmaine says she did that more than she cared to remember. I'm not too sure what is it you're dealing with here. Are you dealing with the silent treatment or guilt tripping? Edward said, I would, if I were a good man, you would have given me money to go on that trip. All right, that's an example he's giving. Yeah. So in other words, you're saying that you are not a good man because you didn't give the money. Oh, Sheila says a restaurant chicken. Well, Sheila, I'd probably try cooking for the gentleman next time now. You're like, oh, star, oh. Edward said, guilt tripping looks like a woman's crime. Well, Ted, you'll be surprised how many men guilt trip their women, make them think that they are not good women, and they are there working hard for the family and so on. So it works on both sides, my boy. Both sides. Oh, Charmaine is saying the silence. Hey, no, Charmaine, don't do that, man. Keep the lines of communication like a free bowel. Keep it clear. Keep it moving. All right? So, that is number 3. Let's go to another one. Let's go to this one here. This one is number 4. Love bombing. You ever heard of love bombing? All right, let me tell you. People use this also as manipulation. Here's what love bombing is. Love bombing is giving so much affection and going out of the way for somebody. You just meet them, you know. You hardly know them. You're buying them gifts. You're calling them every day. You're ringing them late at night. You're spending hours on the phone, or you're falling asleep on the phone. You can't do without them. You now finish talking to them. You ring them back again. Bam. Early in the game. So the person starts to think, yes, this relationship going real nice, real hot. This I've always wanted. I've always waited for this relationship. But that is only in the upfront. Behind the scenes, give it a 4 months, 3 months, or whatever it is, and the person is busy, they don't have time with you, they're hanging up the phone early because they're tired, they want to sleep. All the excuses now start to fall in after you in this euphoria. You are so excited about this relationship, and now the person is gone. So that excess, and this is why, my people, anytime a relationship is moving too fast, it is moving too fast. Let me say that again. Anytime a relationship is moving too fast, it is moving too fast. Because no relationship can keep up the speed that it starts off at. And if it starts off with excessive speed, it is going to end quickly. So don't bank yourself that this is the end all and be all of that gentleman or that woman. Yes? Because this is only the upfront, the excitement, the euphoria of it. But they're not going to keep that up. All right. I am not too sure. I think I'm getting a little problem with the Facebook people and them. Edward say you run out of things to say. For me, is a man's crime. Like if I ask once or twice and you not answer, I hush, says Shami. Well, that you see that I think that shows that something is in the relationship, and that's a clue that the relationship needs attention. But it may not mean that the relationship needs that we need to go silent, AWOL, missing in action. Men, of course, sometimes, but women win the Olympics if guilt tripping. Okay, all right. All right, are you ready for the next one now? By the way, did I tell you if you need private counseling, you could call us at 868-480-0088? Did I tell you? Oh, well, I hope I did. And if you wish to call in live on the program, you may call in by calling in 868-688-5363. Okay. So let's go on now. What's the next one we're doing? Let's look at this one. Hidden hostility, passive aggressive, hidden hostility that it's called. But this passive aggressive, where they are negative, expressing negative feelings through subtle things that you're doing. You're not coming out and be aggressive, but you're being sarcastic. You're saying something that makes sure that it hit the person where it hurts. Right? You're telling them something that is negative and you're not being aggressive with it. Or you're being non-verbal with it. So let's see if we could find a sarcastic thing that somebody may say. Somebody may say, for example, that they want to tell you that you're overweight. You see? But they want to tell you it in a way that makes you feel bad. Where you going with all that weight? No, they haven't screamed, shout at you. But they have really insulted your weight. Or let's say that they want to tell you that your hygiene needs attention. Go and smell yourself. Passive, aggressive. They're pretending as though they're not doing, but the reason that they're saying that. So they may also tell you something about your life, about your past life. That is why your man leave you. That is why no woman want you. Those sort of things is what causes people to start a fire. And they say, I didn't shout, I didn't behave bad, and so on. And if you hear that man behave, if you hear that woman carry on, when I say anything, when you know you put fire inside, you put charcoal inside that the fire. Yes? Let me see what's going on Facebook here. Oh no, that is Edward and Charmaine talking there. All right. So you understand? So you have the passive aggressive person. Now you all could give me some example of some passive aggressive things that people do in relationship. What sort of things that people do as passive aggressive behavior? Hidden hostility. They'll pass you straight in the house like a full bus. Pretend as though they're busy. Never said good day, never said good morning. Yeah. But they pretending as though their mind was preoccupied. All right, so let's go on to the next one now. Let's go to this one. This one is quite nice. You ever heard of triangulation? Triangulation. Triangulation is when somebody brings in a third party into a conflict, not to solve the conflict. Because if you bring somebody in because you think you need help, whether it's a counselor, your aunt, your uncle, your brother, or somebody that you think needs to contribute towards it, that is not triangulation we're talking about. All right, I see Sabana Sparkling give the passive aggressive. You ask them to bring you some water or to bring the remote for the TV, and they tell you, get it yourself. Passive aggressive. Just make the place tense. Thank you for that. When they tell you cook your food with extra salt, you ask them if you could get some more salt. You cook it next time with extra salt. Mr. My owner say he can't deal with them Payol woman. All right, that's a local thing for the Spanish woman. All right. So we talk about triangulation. Triangulation is putting people against each other, calling in a third party. So you could find somebody, we could actually triangulate with our own children. A problem between a husband and wife or father and mother. And one of those parents call the children in to back them on a point, knowing full well that the child will likely back them, but would not back them dispassionately, but back them because you have called them in. And this was the other day, your father did so and so. Or the father may say, come girl, come girl. You were there when your mother did so and so. Didn't she say so? That is triangulation. Because the very words didn't she, ain't you, causing the person to be influenced to back you in this area. That is manipulation. Manipulation. Okay, all right. So we have to be careful with that. Sometimes we call a friend in to help us solve a matter. But the friend that we call in to help us solve a matter is a biased friend. We have bought out the friend and the friend is in our corner. That is also triangulation. You could also use it even not in relationship, just use it in general. I remember that there was one time I was in a contractual relationship in a business. I had signed a contract for a certain amount of money for a certain amount of services. I was okay with it. Another friend of mine was also a contracted person in the same job, and they were okay with it. Until another person got into the organization with a better contract with higher pay. And they called me and asking me for us to write a letter of protest to management and to go to management to complain about the next person that they give the more money. I saw that as triangulation. I signed my contract, and when I signed my contract, I was quite okay with the amount of money and the work that I signed for. That person seemed to have been okay all the time until they got to know that this other person was going to get more money in their contract. But they don't want to go on their own to management and complain to management. So they needed to triangulate me to get me to support them that this is unfair. I wasn't going to fall for that. I didn't want any part of that. If when I signed my contract, I wasn't happy with it, then fine. But I was quite good. You could give the next person how much money you want. That's your right as an employer to do that. I don't know what else the person might be doing, and I don't care. But for what I was doing, I was quite okay. And some people just take up some fire. Triangulation is so common on Facebook that somebody wants to get people so involved in their thing. They triangulate, and if there's a word for more than 3 people, I don't know what is the word. So I watched on Facebook, a lady put up concerning a picture, a video of her landlord putting out. And I think I shared this with you all sometime. Her landlord putting out. And she ill-speak that landlord so much while he's putting out all her things and so on. The landlord is saying nothing. He's just going about his business and putting out. But she is there rattling up people live on Facebook and people joining. These landlords, they have no heart. These landlords and them, they're so evil. And if you saw people triangulate and supported this lady, only to find out that after everybody passed and washed them out on the matter, I understand that it's over 6 months she has not paid her rent. And the man has bills. And he could have put out in 2 months' time, I suppose. Let her run for 6 months not paying it. She never said any of that on her video. Never said anything that he asked her many times for the thing. But triangulate all these people. That's why you see Facebook is a wicked place, you know. It's an easy place, you know. So people without even thinking twice join in. And that is what happens even in relationships too. Where you go and you get your friend. So a husband and wife having trouble. And her best friend catch fire for the same problem that he'll speak the husband without even knowing what the husband issues are. A man will have problems with his wife and get his other partner to consider the wife to be such an unfair, disrespectful woman. Octagulation. Gaylan Labon, I thank you for that word. Is it really a word? Let me look for that. Octagulation. Send me, let me do a quick one, boy. I'm learning thing tonight here, man. Thanks for that. Okay, I want you to triangulate me and let me join you in a word that do exist, you know. Yeah. it on Google, man. An action or process of a liquid, especially blood, changing to a solid or semi-solid. That is, no, coagulation is what that come up there, man. No, they say it no results for. Where is this? Where is that? Why did it keep giving me coagulation and I never wrote coagulation? They said show results for coagulation. Search instead for octagulation. But that is what I wrote for. What is your problem, Google? All it just help me here. Did you mean coagulation? Now that I've looked for that, they say coagulation. Gail, you see? You have been looking for a made-up word? Listen. Listen. I'll deal with you, you know. Yes. Candice Alexander, rock and come in. You're late, but rock and come in. All right. But you know, I'll give you Max Galen. He really sounds like a word in truth. Octagon. Octagon is supposed to be something with many sides. I think. Ted is the engineer. He might be able to tell me whether that is a real octagon means many sides. All right. So now that we have been taken down the road by Galen, Laborn, Bain, first your name long. Triangulation is when that you have brought in somebody to become part of a conflict. But it is not a dispassionate person, it's a person that now takes sides with you. And now you join up against the other person. And that is a mind game because you outnumber the person. Okay, Candice says she just rocked in from the boat. Right, so come in then. Nola, thank you very much. Octagon, 8 sides. So we're going to use that. We're going to use that. Miscreants, Sheila says. All right. Thank you all very much. I appreciate the learning that you all are helping me with here. So let's go to the other mind game that people do. What we call projection. Projection is this aspect of it is when people they have something in their head and they project it onto you as though this is your issue and not theirs. Projection. So It's a defense mechanism in psychology in which people attribute there's a thought that they don't like, or a feeling or a behavior that they don't like, and they project that same feeling. People would say, I know you don't like me, but many times it is because they don't like you. You all hear me? So they project what they are going through on you. So people who are insecure about how they feel about themselves are more likely to watch you and call you stupid and dotish, dunce. But because they are not comfortable with their own intelligence, they will not project that on you. So Annabella said narcissists like that. Annabella, are you back, my lady? I don't know which part of the world you're there in. You will be one woman hard for a man to batter down in. Because from the time he catch you in one country, you're gone again. So let's talk about a projection. A day, real story now. All right, Annabella, yes. You're back. Nice. A day, a lady met me. And she said, Mr. Short, you see all man? All man not good at all. I can never trust man. Now, this is a lady, I don't even know her. She walked up to me just so. But I guess because I do these programs, many people may know of me. But I did not really know the lady. So I said, Miss, what are you speaking about? She said, Mr. Short, you are a married man. I saw you in a compromising position with a woman up in the countryside. I was passing through there and I saw you. I know it's you. You're there holding up a woman and so on. I said, Miss, when was that? She told me the date. I said, Miss, do you know my wife? She didn't even know I'm married. I said, on that day that you just called her, that was my wedding anniversary. And I took the day off. And I went to the country with my wife. And so therefore, she did see me. But I was curious as to why she is so hostile about this thing. You don't know my wife, you don't know anything, but you see me hugging up a woman and so on. And you're making all of this accusation. So this must come from somewhere. So when I explained to her it was my wedding anniversary and so on, and she apologized. I accepted the apology. I still have accepted the apology. And she said, sorry, she didn't know and so on. But thing. So in sitting down and chatting with her now, I recognized that her husband was unfaithful to her. And because he was unfaithful to her, and she suspects that he continues to be unfaithful to her, she projected that onto me, her own pain, her own issues, she projected onto me. I think both of them now, I did some session with her, I think both of them since then have parted. But you can have all of that. My sister, who's usually on this program here, I wonder if she's on tonight. I ain't see her there. My youngest sister visited me from the States. She's a huggy type. And she hugging me, walking through town. And a man says, short boy, eh? In this kind of way, I zoom in. Watch all your fellas. Watch all your fellas. And I tell myself, nothing more than the guy I feel. These are young girl are fine. And so on. Hey, Diane, you're there? I wonder if I ever tell you that story there. Anyway, but if you see a girl named Diane Robinson, is she? She said, right. So Diane, if you're there, that story there, I just tell them. She could have drink juice. She didn't have water to drink and mind she business. Fastness is real. All right. Diane, you are now joining. Did you hear the story I give you there a little while? Diane Robinson is my sister, well, she was my little sister then. And so She big and married now. But she's one of those loving sisters who does always like to hug up brothers and kiss up brothers and so on. And oh yes, okay, dear, nice. All right, so let's go now. So that's what projection is. That you could have a man accuse his wife of cheating when it's because he is cheating. Thief does hate to see thief with wrong bag. You ever hear that? Galen says people judge you by their own standards. That's right, Galen. That's exactly what many times happens. So, because you're in thing, you suspect that this other person is doing it also. And a lot of the accusations that go down in relationships is because there are people projecting. They are defense mechanism, projecting onto others the issues that they have. All right, so I have one more for you. For many of you all, this one here you all may never have known. This might be the first time you're hearing it. Hey, did I give you the write-up for those who came late? Right, projection. We did projection. So this one here now is called negging. Negging. Tell me if you all ever hear that one here. Negging. You must pull up YouTube and listen to what negging is. Right? So, negging is where somebody gave you a compliment and take it back with a negative. So they're giving you a negative that is almost a push and pull. It's called where you do the backhanded compliment, where you pull them down. That is a method that manipulates a person's mind because you're glad for the compliment and then you're asking yourself, I wonder if I've also just been insulted with that compliment. So somebody might say, hey, you look nice in that dress, you know, but you're a bit fat. They give you both of them in one. So you feel nice and you feel bad. So, hey, you look handsome, but your belly big, man. The woman might tell the man. And a lot of pickup men who looking to pick up women sometimes use the positive, negative method of doing that. Where they would say something nice and at the same time, hey, you know, you remind me, the way you laugh there, you remind me of somebody, you know, that I used to know a long time. But me and she never get along. Me and she done. Why would say she want to be reminded, remind you of somebody that you just turned around and said something negative about that person? Yeah? So that mixing of negative and positive is called negging. And you don't know where you stand with a person as far as what they're saying. Is it a clear compliment that you feel nice about, or is it that you always have to ask yourself, did I just receive an insult? So you're lost. You know, with me. Here's what girls used to tell me all my years in school. Michael, you're a nice fella, you know, but you're too short. So which is it? So am I nice? All right, so I feel good. That you're a nice fella, you're a handsome fella, you're cute, but you're short. Am I going to get you to be my girlfriend? What is it? Can I track you? Can I pursue you? I don't know. Hello. Let me see. Sometimes you make sense, but at other times I wonder. Well, welcome, Roxanne. That is a good one. So you all give me some examples. Roxanne just gave one where somebody would say, sometimes it makes sense, you know, but other times I wonder. Why would you say a thing like that if you're not trying to manipulate the person's mind? What Chef say, one must get the facts before assuming and concluding it. All right? I got one last week. You know you look nice with your ass, but it didn't take your face. But it didn't take your face. Charmaine, that is mind manipulation. That is one of them in truth. Because you look nice with your ass, but it didn't take your face. No. So that makes a person self-esteem be affected, especially with somebody. Now, if this is somebody that told Charmaine that and it's just a person passing, she could brush it off. But if you're in a relationship with somebody, that is a deeply hurting thing to be telling somebody a compliment and taking it back at the same time. So you all give me some examples. I'll just give you. We did start at 2 minutes late. I'm going to give a little 2 minutes longer for you all to give an example of negging. All right, your sister told you so. Yeah. All right. It's designed to make you feel small. Surround yourself with people who build you up, my people. Not people who take joy out of just pulling us down. Now, it's different when it is all in gaiety and fun and so on. One of my thing with Ted Jones is that we always give hard talk to each other, but we understand our hard talk. We insult each other. We understand that. So that's not an issue. It is really when you are depending upon the commendation of the person and the person gives you it and takes it back, especially if it is in a love relationship that you are in, or even in a boss relationship where you're hoping to please the boss and perform well and so on, and the boss gives you one of those kind of half-hearted compliments. What I'm saying to you is nursery school level. All right? Yeah? So they're telling you, they're giving you simple thing, but you're not bright enough to know it, and it's nursery school level are telling you. All right, so at least you all understand. So those are the 8 ways, my people, in which people use mind games in relationships. I hope that it helped. I hope that you all got some message out of it. And listen out for next week.